Hello and welcome to the Orange County Department of Education Virtual College Fair, brought to you by the California Out-of-State and International College Fairs. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each school will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but they're going to be around for the entire session to answer questions that you might have. I'm Jennifer, your facilitator, and before we get started though, I have a few more housekeeping messages for you. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So how can you ask those questions? You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions out at any time. You can direct them to a specific school by including the name of the school with your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to weigh in on if you're looking to find out which schools have a certain major or type of program that you're excited to hear about today. This is just one of many different sessions that have been happening as a part of this virtual college fair. We hope you joined us for the earlier panels and college fair sessions. Remember that this presentation, like all of those sessions, is being recorded. They will all be available in the coming days at the same website where you registered for this session. If you head to strivescan.com/COSI, C-O-S-I, you'll be able to view those recordings soon. All right, well, I'm excited to welcome and turn it over to our very first presenter. We're going to be learning all about Western Colorado University.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Let me share my screen real quick. Hola, buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alejandro. I'm the Regional Director of Recruitment for Western Colorado University. We are a 4-year public liberal arts institution located in the heart of Rocky Mountain in Gunnison, Colorado. So just in case you're not too familiar with the location, we're about 3.5-4 hours south of Denver. Now, we're in a very neat location, in my opinion. We're Gunnison, small little town, it's about 9,000 people. That's including student enrollment at 3,600 students. So even though we're a small university, there's a lot of things to do and there's something for everybody. We have Crested View, which Crested View is about 30 minutes north of town. I would say Crested View is your typical tourist town, but I'll be honest, it is kind of like a tourist attraction. It does have a lot of gift shops, restaurants. You can ski and snowboard, which that's a big attraction for other students at Western. You can also mountain bike, hike, and also fly fishing is very popular up there as well. Harmons is 5 miles south of town. It is the largest outdoor recreation area in Colorado. It's over 8,000 acres. And soon that's where your outdoor activities will take place. So anything from mountain biking, skiing to you can ride your dirt bike, or even there's a shooting range as well. So it's a popular spot for a lot of the clubs out Western. There actually host a lot of bonfires, campfires there. And we also have Blue Mesa, which is about 10 miles west of town. It is the largest body of water in Colorado. It's over 20 miles long, and soon as that's where your water activities will take place. So anything from paddleboarding, fishing, ice fishing, you can have a nice carne asada, nice barbecue on the hot summer evening during the summer. Definitely hits the spot. So like I said, there's something always going on just off campus, but also on campus. We have over 50 clubs and organizations. Those clubs are student-led clubs. Those are things that students want to see happen, and they may happen on campus. So we have academic clubs that run in conjunction with an academic program, like your psychology club, sociology, pre-health club, and then you have your passion and self-interest club, which I would say those are pre-explanatory as well. We do compete in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference at the Division II level for NCAA. We have I would say some of the big sports or consistent sports on our campus. I would say track and field, cross country, wrestling, football as well. Mountain sports, it's something we're also known for. We are surrounded by 1.7 million acres of public land. We're also Division II for that, and we as well always have intramural sports as well. Now, like I said, we are a 4-year public liberal arts institution. We offer over 100 areas of studies. Some of the big programs on our campus, I would say business, anything with outdoors. We are surrounded by 1.7 million acres of public land. So wildlife biology, environmental sustainability, recreation, outdoor education, those are definitely big programs on our campus, but also education. We are funded on education, and also exercise, sports science as well, which we actually have quite a few 3+2 programs in those, where you get your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years. Also, a couple things about our classroom sizes. Average class sizes at Western 16. 69% of the class are taught by a full-time professor, and 71% of those professors have tournament degrees. So you're getting tough when somebody can say it's an expert in their field, and also someone that's fully dedicated to your success, which leads me to the next thing. We are dedicated to your success. We offer quite a few services to help you excel and just thrive at Western. Some of the resources that we offer disability services and math and writing center, which are free resources for you to take advantage of. And not every incoming student, regardless if you're you're undeclared or declared, you'll be assigned an academic advisor. Tuition for out of state, you're looking at over $18,000, definitely below the national average. 80% of students receive some type of aid, and 100% of them considered for merit aid. Those merit scholarships are upon acceptance, and they just go off your weighted GPA. We're test optional for admissions and scholarship purposes, so we don't need those test scores for anything. You can send to us still, but like I said, we are not requiring those. If you do not qualify for any of those merit scholarships, you'll be awarded a discount program, so you'll be able to pay 150% of Western's in-state tuition, which is equivalent to saving over $44,000. Now you cannot double stack them, but if you qualify for a merit scholarship, we'll automatically award you with that. You can find us in the common application, or you can apply to our direct application. The only things that we'll need is your high school transcripts, and that's all. If you do decide to apply to our Western application, you can use the promo code GOWESTERN 2023 to waive the application fee. Like I said, we're test optional. If you're below our national or 50th percentile, one of the things that we always recommend, submitting anything that will help support your application, whether that's the letter recommendations, personal statement, resume, the optional essay, why Western, definitely do those. Now the biggest thing is come and visit us, especially even if you're from out of state. One of the things is one of the biggest pieces of advice I would have is make sure you visit your top 5 schools before you make a decision. We do have daily visits around Monday through Friday and Saturday upon request. The ones during the weekdays, you have an information session, a campus tour, and then if you want to meet with a coach, professor, student, whoever it might be, we can arrange those meetings afterwards. If you can't make it on campus, totally understandable. You can definitely go to western.edu/visit. You can schedule a campus visit, but also you can see our remote visiting options as well. In case you still want to keep in touch with all the events that we have going on, virtual events that we have going on this year, you can go to western.edu/recruitment events. That's all for you all. Like I said, my contact information is on there, and also the admissions. If there's anything I can help with, definitely let me know. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Alejandro, for starting us off and sharing a bit about Western Colorado University with us. All right, we are heading to our next school, and we are going to be hearing from the University of Northern Colorado.
Cool, thank you, Jennifer. Give me a verbal, if you can give me a verbal confirmation that you can see this, I will share my screen and then we will get going. All right.
Yep.
Rock and roll.
And yep, full screen, you're all
Cool.
set.
Okay, perfect. Well, hi everybody. My name is Dean Klinkerman. I'm an admission counselor at the University of Northern Colorado. The University of Northern Colorado is in Greeley, Colorado, which is the 5th largest city in Colorado. Greeley is about an hour north of Denver. So still have access to Denver International Airport, to Red Rocks, Rocky Mountain National Park, but just looking very broadly at why students choose UNC. These are also reasons why you are likely looking at universities in general. So for us, and hopefully for you too, it starts with academics. We were founded in 1889 as a state normal school, which ultimately means that we were founded to teach future educators. So one of the things we are known for in the state is education. So definitely the right place to do that within the state of Colorado. Jumping around here a little bit, size, we are a medium-sized D1 university of about 10,000 students. So kind of in that nice in between where you're big enough to matter, and the fact that you have state-of-the-art classrooms, you have state-of-the-art labs, you have professors that wrote their textbook typically, but small enough to care, where you're not going to be lost in the classroom of 500 and 600 students. Your average class size is 24. So you're going to have kind of the nice in between of both of those things. When we talk about location, again, talked about that a little bit, but 15 minutes off of one of the main highways in the state of Colorado, have access to Denver, Rocky Mountain National Park, all those things. And then obviously with your life outside of the classroom, things that you will still have access to just living in Greeley and being in a city of 100,000 where you have all the things you'd want of a large city, but what you don't have is the traffic and the chaos of a truly large city. When we talk about our community at UNC, updated stat for you, we actually have students from all 50 states. That is a new one that just hasn't been updated, but students from all over, both nationally and internationally. Lots of times students will ask the question, what does it take to get in? Super great question. The better way to answer it is that the middle 50% of our incoming class has somewhere between a 3.2 and a 3.9 high school GPA. When UNC was founded, we had 3 primary pillars: research, innovation, and access. And so when we talk about access on campus, we talk about this from the standpoint of students that we serve, not just students that we enroll, which are two very different things. So things for you to know along the access lines, almost half of all students at UNC are first generation. We are also Colorado's most diverse D1 university, as 36% of our students identify as a student of color. When we talk about your hands-on education, you'll see a couple of different things here, more than 100 undergraduate programs. Our student faculty ratio is 14:1. Like I said earlier, your average class size is 24. The majority of our students will do some sort of hands-on education, about 70% of them. If that's an internship, a mentorship, co-op, student teaching, clinical placement, whatever that may be. Some of your programs will require you to do that. Others will just highly recommend it. Know that very specifically, UNC emphasizes in 4 areas. Education is what we were founded to do. Our first mascot, in fact, was the Fighting Teachers. We are now the Bears. Depending on the teacher that you have in your mind, you decide which one's the scarier mascot. The second thing that we really pursue is health and public health. So lots of students on campus that are pre-med, pre-PT, pre-dental, pre-vet. Our nursing program is top 10% in the entire nation. We are also getting a med program on campus fall of 2025. Third thing is anything College of Business. Fourth thing is anything performing in visual arts. So theater, music, dance, and art, and then all of that within really the liberal arts curriculum, communication, psychology, criminology, criminal justice, that sort of thing. When we talk about resources on campus, we talk about these from the standpoint that for the most part, when students come to campus, that's the first time that they're leaving home. So we want to make sure that you can still be supported socially, academically, and individually. So all of these things that you see on this slide, what's nice about them is that they are all a part of your student fees. So if you wanted to be a part of any of these or you needed access to any of these, you are already paying for them. So they are literally built for you. Quick note on those social resources. Any of those cultural centers or resource centers, those are actual houses on campus, not just offices. So has a little bit more of that family feeling and that home feeling, especially for students leaving home for the first time. Really quick slide just about some of the kind of highlights for the student experience here. The best thing that I can recommend to you, both for UNC and any other school, is visit it if you have the means, because you're going to get a lot of information from things like this. But until you are physically on a college campus and doing that typically 2-hour visit, that's usually the best way that you can experience campus for yourself. So highly recommend that you come visit UNC and others that you're interested in as well. Housing and dining, some quick things that really separate UNC. You have 4 tiers of living, anything from apartment style living where you have a room by yourself and your roommates have your own rooms, to more traditional college living. But a couple of things. You are required to live on campus that first year, so only 1 year. But when it comes to roommate selection and housing selection, it is all self-selection. So you are going to do the majority of that on your own, which traditionally creates less problems later on. Just a really quick number about your future. Placement's considered either a job in your career field or you are going on and starting in either a master's or a PhD program. Went too far. Really quick stats about tuition and fees. Know that we are a part of the WUE program and all students will get WUE regardless of where you are from, regardless of your major, regardless of everything else. So you will automatically receive WUE that is a part of your application. With that, you'll see merit scholarships here. So know that this is kind of our order of operations to help pay for school. But if you have more questions about that, we are surely here to help you answer any questions you might have along the way. So with that being said, I think that I am probably up on time. So I'll leave my contact information in the chat if anybody has more questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dean, for presenting on the University of Northern Colorado. Just a reminder to our attendees, don't forget about the Q&A button. It's the best way to ask some questions and get some more personalized answers as you're learning about these 6 great schools today. And also keep an eye on the chat where you can copy contact information and any links that any of our representatives share so you can follow up more after today. We're moving on to our next school. It will be Southern Oregon University.
Hi, everybody, and thank you. Let me find my right screen here. Can you share that or see that? I don't think you can.
Not yet, Ian, no. Take another minute.
I forgot to hit the share screen button. I was so eager.
Even after all this time on Zoom, we all have those moments some days. Don't worry. Looks great.
Thank you.
Take
Here we
it
go.
away.
So my name's Ian Parent. I'm the Associate Director of Admission at Southern Oregon University. There you see a nice shot of campus. We are located in the southwestern part of the state, about 10 minutes from the California border. This light blue line here is Interstate 5, I-5. So if you're anywhere on the West Coast and you're heading to Southern Oregon University, we're either the first or the last exit in the state of Oregon. We also have an international airport located in Medford, Oregon. So you can see the different flight routes that go into Medford. And you can fly on carriers like United, Alaska, Delta, American, Allegiant. So quite a few of the big name airlines come in. A little bit about the Ashland area. We're located in what's called the Rogue Valley, and that's the 4th largest metro area within the state of Oregon. So we have a little over 200,000 people total. So within 30 minutes of campus, you have access to, like I said, the airport, shopping malls, city amenities, also a lot of outdoor activities. We're right on the Pacific Crest Trail. So you can technically hike all the way from Canada to Mexico on that trail. It pretty much runs right through town. So there are a lot of awesome outdoor activities available close by campus. All right, we do have all 4 seasons, and unlike a lot of Oregon stereotypes, we're far enough south, we don't have your typical Northwest weather. The average summertime highs you can see are in the low 80s, and in the winter, we still get up to the high 40s, low 50s almost every day, so it's not nearly as cold as some people might think. We also only get 1 or 2 snowstorms that make it down to the valley floor, so it's very livable. You don't have to deal with snow and ice. However, about 20 minutes away from campus, we do have a ski resort. So that's extremely convenient if you are into snowboarding or skiing. And there are shuttles from Ashland that go up to the mountain every day. We also don't get nearly as much rain as people think of when you think of Oregon. We get less than the national average and just about half the amount of rainfall as Portland receives. So it's a very pretty and livable climate. All right, bear with me. I filmed this video while I was riding my bike around campus, but I think it makes a nice visual. I talk about some general stats. We do have about 5,000 students total. We're technically classified as medium size, but I would say we're medium. We're on the small side of the medium schools. Our average class size is 21, and every class is taught by a faculty member. So we don't have any graduate students or TAs teaching classes. The average GPA of our admitted students coming out of high school is an unweighted 3.3. And for incoming first-year students, if you have a 2.85 or higher, you'll actually get a scholarship. And those scholarships range from $1,000 to $4,000. We do have 40 majors. I'll cover those in a minute. I'll also talk a little bit about the residence halls as we move forward. We do have 13 men's and women's varsity sports that compete in the NAIA, everything from football to golf, wrestling, volleyball, cross country. And there's over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus. So here's that list of majors I promised. Our most common majors are business administration, psychology is very common, and communications. Those are pretty much big majors at most schools. We're really well known for theater, music, and the performing arts, visual arts, as well as digital cinema. If you're looking at one of these majors and you see a red and a blue dot, that means you can actually graduate in 3 years instead of 4 as part of our accelerated baccalaureate degree program. We actually reduced the number of credits you have to take overall, so we're not loading you down with extra classes or making you go to summer school. Obviously, by finishing a year early, that saves 25% on your cost of your education and also allows you to get a job, hopefully, and start earning money sooner than paying money to be at school. So again, if you see the red or the blue dot, you can actually graduate in 3 years. So here's a little video of our newer residence halls. We have guaranteed rooms for everybody. First-year students are expected to live on campus for at least 1 year. If you're more than 1 year out of high school, then you don't have to live on campus. But in addition to our traditional residence halls, we also have student apartments and family housing available, and those are both about a block off of campus. We do have, at the time we built these newer residence halls, we built a nice dining facility, but we have 2 dining halls on campus, as well as 2 coffee shops, sandwich shops, and Einstein's Bagel. And also really new is this recreation center. As you can see, some of the great workout facilities, gym. There's also an esports lounge in there that all students can use, but we do have a competitive esports team and even an esports minor. So if that's of interest, we're a good outlet for those esports activities. All right, here's our tuition page, our WUE tuition, which is automatic for everybody from the states you see here. If you're from one of those states and you're admitted, you're going to automatically get the WUE tuition rate. And it's about half of the out-of-state rate. So it's a very large savings. In addition to the WUE tuition rate, You can see the scholarships I mentioned. The automatic merit scholarships range between $1,000 and $4,000 per year. We have an honors college that you can apply to if you have above a 3.5 GPA, and if you're admitted, you get an extra $2,000 scholarship. And then there are a lot of other scholarships available through our foundation, through our different academic programs, donors, and because we're in the NAIA, we also allow athletic scholarships or reward athletic scholarships. So if there's any athletes in the group, we do have scholarships for athletes as well. All right, there is my contact information, and I'm going to put a link to our dedicated WUE website in the chat right after we're finished here. So thank you.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Ian, for presenting on Southern Oregon. We are now going to head over to Western Oregon to learn all about what they have to offer. Ricardo?
Awesome, thank you. I'll go ahead and get started. Can I get confirmation that you guys can see my screen and hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you, and the screen is shared. You're set.
All right, awesome, thank you. All right, so hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ricardo Sevilla Solis. The last 4 years I was at Western as a student, and now these last 8 or 9 months I've been spending them here on our admissions teams as an admissions counselor. So my perspective comes from both counselor, but we'll go ahead and jump right into the quick facts about Western. We are the oldest public university in the state of Oregon. We're located about 20 minutes from our state capital, which is Salem, or an hour away from our biggest city, which is Portland. But like I say, we're kind of in a hub town or a smaller town that's right in the middle of everything. So one side we got to the left, we got about an hour away from the coast, and another hour away the opposite way we have our mountains, which is really great for any hiking, skiing and snowboarding and whatnot. But here in Oregon we get a little bit of everything where we're at. We get sunshine, rain, and if we're lucky enough in our town Monmouth, we get about 2 or 3 days of snow. Our total enrollment is around 4,500 students, so we are considered a smaller university. But with that being said, we have an average class size of 18 students per class. Usually students pick Western just to kind of have more smaller hands-on learning experience in class with professors, since we have a student to faculty ratio of 12:1. With that being said, we're one of the first universities in Oregon that is working on becoming an emerging Hispanic serving institution. So with that being said, we have a total of 37% of students on our campus that are students of color. Now to our first year requirements, we do look for a minimum GPA requirement of a 2.75, and this is unweighted, so excluding any college credits or any AP courses. And then since we are test score optional, we do look for a C- or better in your core subjects, which are English, math, science, social science, and a second language. Although the second language piece is the one that we are most flexible with, just since we understand some smaller high schools or certain high schools don't offer a second language, just due to their size. Next, we have our WUE program. So we do offer 50% off our out-of-state tuition price for any students in one of these WUE states. So we're all from California, I believe. Other than that, it comes out to a total of about 14,499 for WUE students, and room and board costs the same all around for all in-state and out-of-state students, as well as WUE, which is another 10,803. So your first year can come out to a total of 25,000, including your housing. Although usually after your first year, students have the option to live off campus or on campus. And since we're a smaller town, there's a lot of affordable housing on off campus. So you're looking more at 14,449 your first year. And then I did want to go back real quick, just on the top right, we do have a little reference of where we're at. We're more located in the Pacific Northwest, just so you can kind of see for references more closer in a closer map of Oregon. Now to pay for tuition and fees, first, I want to touch on our merit awards. So these are scholarships based off just GPA. So if you have above a 3.0 GPA, you will automatically receive a scholarship that ranges from 1,000 up to 5,000 as a WUE student. And this is renewable all 4 years here as a student, as long as you maintain a GPA of a 2.5, which is just being good academic standing. Other than that, we also have other scholarships like our Diversity Commitment Scholarship and Bilingual Teacher Scholars, since we are a big education school. But our Diversity Commitment Scholarship is one of our largest scholarships that's awarded for students for up to 5 years for 6,000 per year. And basically it's for students who come from diverse culture cultural backgrounds, educational, economic backgrounds, if you're first generation, or it can even be any specific hobbies, or just anything that makes you diverse as a student. And we did take out the essay questions for these. So now it's simply on our application where it has a small brief description and you select yes or no if you would like to be entered into it. Apart from that, we do have other department-based scholarships on our campus, which are all through our WUE general scholarship form. Basically, there's over 100 scholarships available, and you can just select the ones that relate to your major and any other interests or hobbies you may have outside of school, and just kind of other ones that want to learn more about you as a student, with small essay questions just to kind of learn what you want to do with your career and so on after college. But yeah. We also have over 70 clubs and organizations on our campus just to kind of get involved. First one, academic clubs like our American Sign Language Club, Criminal Justice Club. We also have cultural student groups like MECHA, Multicultural Student Union, Unidos, Hawaii Club, and then other ones like Freedom Center, Greek Life, and then our student body government, and also our Triangle Alliance on campus. Next, we have our student support services. So these are just a few ways that we support you as a student here at Western. First one is academic tutoring. We'll provide major specific tutoring. So that's someone that you can meet with either through Zoom or in person on our campus to get one-on-one tutoring for any major specifics, such as a Spanish class, American Sign Language class, accounting class, or so on. Or you can kind of go through our general tutoring center, which does more of the math, writing, and science. So more of the core subjects that you can just kind of drop in and get any help on any quizzes, homework, or so on. Next thing we have is our TRIO support program. So these are two programs that we have: student enrichment program and the teacher preparation student support services for any students who identify as first generation, low income, or have a disability, and they just provide services like advising and also a lot of great resources like textbooks, calculators, and laptops that you can check out for the term. Next thing we have is the Office of Disability Services. Another great thing about Western, since it's a very small institution, it's really great about accommodating to all student needs. We also have our Stonewall Center, which is our LGBTQ plus center for students. You're always welcome to come in and attend any events, whether you identify or not. We also have our multicultural student services and programs that host a lot of our bigger multicultural events throughout the year. And then lastly, we have our professional pathways program that helps you both as a student and once you're an alumni. Some of our top majors and programs, I believe I'm almost out of time, are business, economics, criminal justice, and education. But other than that, we are the only D2 in Oregon. And if you ever are interested in applying, all we look for is your application and a transcript. But I'll go ahead and be providing my contact below to connect more with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. I know the 6 minutes just flies by, and it's so hard to give everyone, the best sneak peek, but you and the other representatives do such a great job with that. So thank you. All right, our next school is going to be Northern Arizona University.
All right, thank you all for having us here tonight. And also, hopefully you can all see my screen in just a moment here as well too. Hold on just a second. Awesome. Hopefully you can see my screen. I want to say for one, it's wonderful seeing all
Betsy,
these.
It is shared. It just hasn't gone to full screen yet. So if you wanted to change that, I wanted to let you know.
Full screen.
But to go to for like presentation mode, so like down at the bottom towards the right side of the screen, there's the sort of the projector or screen symbol.
Oh,
shoot. Go to the larger side. If you need to unshare and re-share
okay,
for a minute,
yep,
go right ahead.
Do that for 1 second too.
We all know the Zoom life really well after this point.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Yes,
okay, let's see if we got the screen here. Screen 2. Hopefully this will work a little bit better.
Yes.
Right on. Right. Thank you. That's
welcome.
Awesome. All right, hold on. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, terrific. Thank you. And thanks for all coming out tonight to see us all. I, for one, love seeing all these wonderful pictures of all these wonderful colleges out there too. I am NAU's California recruitment manager. I'm regionally located right here in Southern California as well too. NAU is located in the mountain town of Flagstaff, Arizona, up at 7,000 feet and within the largest ponderosa pine forest in the whole world. And Flagstaff is a beautiful cultural and historic college town up in the cool part of Arizona, just just a few minutes walk from campus, and 75 great restaurants and cafes right there. And it's actually the only major city in Arizona that has never reached 100 degrees. Flagstaff can get up to 80 inches of snow a year, but it's light. It melts very quickly with that high elevation. And because the days are just as sunny as California, and the weather's a lot like Big Bear or Tahoe's area as far as weather goes as well too. Best skiing and snowboarding in Arizona is right behind us at the Snow Bowl as well too. We're about 7 hours from Southern California, only about 40 minutes northeast of Sedona, and about 2 hours north and uphill from Phoenix, about 3 hours from 11 national parks and monuments. So only about an hour and a half south of the Grand Canyon. I think we're the closest university to the Grand Canyon. So students also get to experience 4 beautiful, distinct seasons as well too. So if you like being outside, hiking, biking, mountain biking, camping, running, plus Flagstaff has one of the best urban trail systems in the whole US. We have about 350 or more clubs and activities. We've got a lot of intramurals as well, fraternities, sororities. We even have a lightsaber club for you Star Wars fans out there as well, a Hawaiian dance club, all kinds of academic clubs as well too, fraternities and sororities. We're Division I for sports. You may have heard of our cross-country team. We are #1 in the US the last 5 of 6 years. I think that altitude helps quite a bit with a lot of our teams as well too for that altitude training. We've got about 21,000 students at NAU. We're the smallest of the only 3 public state universities in Arizona, right there on our Flagstaff campus, about 96 different majors. More than 25% of our students are Latino. We were recently named an HSI, a Hispanic Serving Institution, and 46% of our students are first-generation college students. So if you were the first person in your immediate family to pursue more than a 2-year education, that might apply to you as well. 34% of our students are from out of state, and California is the second most populous state after Arizona, of course, too. Our average class size to start is about 37. 80% of our classrooms seat fewer than 50 students. We have study abroad we're actually considered number 10 in the country for long-term study abroad. So if you're planning to do like your whole junior year abroad in over 70 countries and 120 different cities as well too. We're kind of known for forestry. We kind of have to have it. We are the lumberjacks up there at 7,000 feet in that ponderosa pine forest. We're kind of known for engineering, for nursing as well too, construction management, all kinds of environmental sciences, especially because of where we are, and hotel and restaurant management as well. We've kind of built that just because of our location. A lot of tourists come through Flagstaff, Route 40, Route 17. We have a lot of routes coming through there, whether it's going to the Grand Canyon, Sedona, or other points as well too. And because we're here tonight with all those other wonderful WUE colleges to save you some money, our reduced WUE tuition is a savings actually of over $9,000 a year than if you were a true non-resident for all admitted students and for all of our degree programs as well. There's no additional application to apply for the WUE. If you're admitted to NAU, you're going to automatically get that reduced WUE tuition. Our total costs per year are about $35,000 total. That's everything: housing, food, shampoo, the whole thing. In addition to that automatic reduced WUE tuition rate, and you can see here our breakdown for in-state, true out-of-state, and then WUE as well, and some of those additional costs there on the right as well. But we do have additional scholarships for our WUE students as well too. Admitted students are automatically reviewed to receive one of our additional merit scholarships as well too. And we evaluate just your unweighted GPA in just these courses that you see here for admission. We encourage students to self-report their final grades by semester and anything that they're taking this year, if they're seniors, to report those as in progress. And that's all we look at. No test scores. No test scores required. They're completely optional. They've been that way for quite a while, and we continue to be that way. No essay, no recommendation letters required at all. And usually students hear from us within just a few weeks of applying to us. Our application opens up every July, which is early, but students can then hear early, usually within 2 weeks after they submit their application. It probably will take you about a half hour to complete that application too. And we're on rolling admissions. So students do not even need to let us know if they plan to attend NAU until about May 1st. We also have an honors college as well too for students who have maybe have really challenged themselves in high school and want to continue that as well too. And this, this is another slide of our awards as well too. The breakdown, it's all by GPA as well too. We'd love you to come and visit us as well too. We have tours each Monday through Thursday. Our Welcome Center is open 8 to 5, and you can always email me with other questions. So thank you so much for having us tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Betsy, for presenting on Northern Arizona. All right, we're on to our 6th school. We'll be hearing from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Hi, Julio. I can't hear you at the moment. I can see you, but I can't see your screen or hear your sound right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi.
Great.
Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah, and I'll just stay on for sure, just to make sure that it all works.
How are we doing?
It is shared, but it hasn't gone to the big screen yet. So.
Is it on the big screen now?
Yes, all good. And we can hear you, so take it away.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Julio Ortega. I'm a regional recruiter for Southern California for the University of Nevada in Las Vegas. We are a worldwide destination. We're a fairly young university founded in 1957, so we definitely encourage students who are interested in innovating, bringing innovating ideas and exploring career opportunities. Our university allows students to really thrive in growing their passions. We are a larger university with over 30,000 students, but in addition to that, we are also a university that offers smaller class sizes with the average of 19 students per professor. We're a diverse campus, the most diverse campus in the nation, with representation from every state and over 90 countries. We are also a research institution, which means you're getting industry experts and your area of expertise. This also allows students to have high quality internship opportunities through our mentorship programs. As you see listed here, we have a list of companies who students would normally seek out and reach that experience that's so highly sought after before graduating. We are a professional school too. We offer graduate programs, as you see on the screen here. Our popular program, our most premier college is a College of Hospitality. The College of Hospitality is the best program in the nation, but we also offer a diverse amount of degrees here. You'll see business, engineering, fine arts. We have an honors college too. You can study medicine in the graduate programs, and the undergraduate programs really allow students to have that opportunity to do research with their professors and get that high quality experience that is important for students who are seeking graduate school. We have a diverse amount of organizations and clubs that students will join, with over 400 different student organizations, over 100 cultural, ethnic, and religious-based student organizations. 65% or more students are involved in clubs or organizations on campus. And if you're interested in getting an international experience to broaden your horizons, we do have over 40 different study abroad programs in over 20 different countries. We definitely live the rebel life. Students who are interested in participating in NCAA athletics or attend games would love to come to this university because we have over 15 different NCAA athletic teams, 14 sports clubs, and 12 intramural sports and tournament clubs too. Not to mention, we're in the entertainment capital of the world. We have professional clubs and organizations that students will be exposed to and can attend the free games for the NCAA competitions. It is very important to know the location of the university that you're attending. Obviously, we are located in Las Vegas, so that allows students to get experience to a variety of fields. But location is important because in this case, UNLV is the only large university in Las Vegas, which allows students to get mentorship, the sense of pride in alumni, and really rich experience to help accelerate students' careers. Student housing accommodates students with several amenities. Students who are applying as first-time freshmen will be required to live on campus their first year. But if you look at the room rates and the dining options, you know that it's an affordable cost. And we have over 1,500 students who are currently living on campus, and we have 9 special interest floors. Some things you'll want to know. Admission requirements. First year students will require either a 3.0 core GPA, meaning the core classes in English, math, social studies, or history, science, and or have an 1120 SAT score, 22 ACT score, or an advanced diploma. The application deadline is November 15th. It closes on June 1st, but here's some additional information you might want to know. We do participate in the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program, which affords students with over $13,000 in the scholarship. Students only need to apply to FAFSA before the November 15th deadline and maintain a 3.2 GPA to keep the scholarship throughout all 4 years. We do offer campus tours Monday through Saturday. We'd love for you to come visit our university. And here's how you stay connected.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Julia, for presenting on UNLV. And we hope that as we're getting ready to wrap up here, don't forget to all of our attendees to check the chat to get that contact information to our representatives. You still have a couple minutes to add into there as well. All right, so we're coming to the end of our time, but I want to fit in one live Q&A share question. So if everyone could come back on screen, we're going to go in the same order you presented. So we'll start with Western Colorado, work our way to UNLV, and I would love to know from each of you your best and most and efficient / fast top tip that you would give as advice for students and parents navigating the college search process. I know you've got some hot tips. So Western Colorado, take it away.
Perfect. So my biggest recommendation or suggestion I would say is to apply for as many scholarships as you can. I would definitely try to focus on institutional scholarships. So each of the schools you're applying for, look at their scholarships, when the deadlines are, and also make sure you talk to your counselors about any local scholarships as well. But definitely focus on scholarships, so financial aid.
I think that for me, I'm going to make it 2 pieces, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Number 1, if you have the means, I think visiting as many schools as you're serious about, you will, again, you'll get a lot of information online from people you might know, but until you are physically on campus and do your own visit, I think that that's usually the most valuable part of this entire process. I also think that considering your 4-year, like your full cost of attendance, thinking about if you're going to plan on living on campus for multiple years versus living off campus, what that cost looks like to live in the town or live in the city, what that reasonably is going to look like, as well as travel. Like there are lots of things to consider other than just that tuition piece, because traditionally that's not even the most like expensive part of this. So consider that. And if you have questions throughout any of that information, that's exactly what we're all here to do. So
I definitely think I would agree with Dean. The most important thing is if you can visit schools, also check out online videos and things like that. But since that one's taken, I'm going to say you're not going to like this answer, but check your emails. That is how we communicate with you about deadlines and scholarships and everything else. So I know you hate it and I know you get thousands of them, but please check your email.
One
Awesome.
thing from, or I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, mine was going to be very similar to Alejandro's. I like to say apply for as many scholarships as you can, and especially if you're interested in a couple schools, I like to say it's like if you're being invited to a few different birthday parties, whichever party or birthday party gives you the best party bag, that's the one to go to, and at the end just kind of compare your award letters, and it's always a really great option. Since sometimes if you're focused on one school, you may not really know what you could have gotten at another school. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, never mind.
I'm just going to follow a theme of two. Number one is apply to the university, and then by the deadline, some universities will offer more aid the sooner you apply. The second thing is apply for FAFSA. I've come across several students who will not even consider applying to FAFSA. It's very important just to determine the overall estimated family contribution that universities will use. And thank you. I'll pass it on.
Yeah, I would just add to that. These are all great pieces of advice. A couple of them were the ones I was going to mention too, but I was also thinking, especially because of all of us who are here tonight, connect with your regional reps. Usually if you don't know who they are already tonight, especially if we work with some of you California students or wherever you are, you can usually find that right from their website. Some of them literally live in California as well too. I'm regionally based right here in Southern California too, so we're a great resource for you. And you can find usually right on the website who those folks are too. And that's what we're here for. And we're happy to help.
Those are all awesome tips. I loved all the head nods as someone gave a tip and everyone else agreeing. So I think families and students, this really is the best info to help you. All right, we've reached the end of our time together today. So first of all, thank you to these representatives. You did a great job sharing not just facts and figures, but your excitement for your students' opportunities in and out of the classroom. For all of our attendees, thank you for joining us. We hope you're inspired to check out all 6 of these schools and learn a little bit more after today, because there's a lot more that they have to share with you about their opportunities. Now, when our attendees close the window, there will be a very quick 5-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. I promise it is really short. We also encourage you to head back to the website where you registered in the coming days at strivescan.com/COSI to find the recordings of all of the panels and college fair sessions that have been a part of our virtual college fair tonight. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We wish you all the best in this exciting journey and adventure that you have ahead as you find your next educational and life home. So have a great night, everyone. Bye.